Hi everyone, I'm here with Sally Smy from Queen Bee Styling.
Hello.
And we're collaborating on our vlogs on decluttering fashion for mothers and connecting them with their style. And today is really all about, we've come through the winter, we're kind of looking at really simple updates to refresh our wardrobes, to make us feel fresher. We know that so much of our time is kind of consumed with focusing on the children and at home, and how also, which I'm really interested in, this transition of wardrobe between when you're caring for the kids and you're at home to actually going to meetings and feeling equally, comfortable in the same clothes that you're wearing. So I'm just going to ask Sally some tips, and we're in H&M and we've just got some suggested items. So Sally, just a few tips on, so many of us are now working in such a different way that we're at home, we're at the house looking after the kids, and then we're transitioning into work. So items that can really work, and also this transition coming out of spring, out of winter cocoon into spring. What items and what tips do you have for us?
I think for the first part of your question is if you're sometimes working at home and you're with the kids, I think the whole wardrobe is what we would call smart casual. So I think if you dress smart casually, you still have to pay attention in terms of making yourself feel good. So I think don't go too far down the casual route. Remember, actually, something that makes you feel good makes so much difference, and you can still do that in a practical sense. So I'm not talking about days when you're muddy trudging through the park, but actually if you are meeting friends for coffee, or you're going up in the town for a meeting, or even just seeing people but generally working from home, I think it's important that you do have stuff in your wardrobe that you really love and that makes you feel good. So I think what we've chosen today,
it does transform your work. I think when you're feeling, you put that bit of effort into how you're feeling in that day, it makes you feel very different. I certainly find that.
And I think it does actually take an effort, because when I finish work, when I stopped working as a buyer, I just realised that all my clothes were really, really formal or really, really casual. So actually, when I was at home with my daughter, I just felt really, really frumpy, and because everything was really casual and awful. So I had to make a real effort to think, right, I didn't have a lot of money to spend. I think that's the other thing. If you're on a career break or on maternity leave, you might not have a lot of money to spend on clothing, but I still think it's important that you do have a few pieces that actually make you feel good and that are practical. So for me, it was, at the time, scarves were on trend, so I bought myself some colourful scarves and just invested in t-shirts. And the other thing to mention is that your body may still be in transition if your children are very young, and that's fine. Just so places like H&M are good because they're lower value, so you're not buying keeper pieces that you'll want in the wardrobe for the rest of your life. I think it's just things that you can add in that freshen and just add something to your wardrobe that might not already be there. And especially, I think, when the weather changes and we go into spring, we suddenly want newness. Suddenly your winter clothes just feel a bit and you just feel a bit like you want to burn them, or you've been too like you said, in a cocoon. I think that's right. Suddenly the sun shines, and if you don't have that thing that makes you feel good, it can be really depressing. So I think you feel like, the sun's shining, but I feel a bit like I've still got my winter clothes.
And I think that's really, really important. I certainly find that was when you're working from home, even if you're working from home, you're not in an office, is to wear those items that just make you feel good. Yes. And find those items, and like you say, and that's what we're really hoping to share, these items from the high street that is affordable and you can put on and you can wear, and it's you can transition between school run and work.
Yeah.
Okay, Sally's got a few items to show us quickly from H&M.
So just to say, we're coming H&M because they do a broad selection, it's well priced. That might not be the shop for you. So if these items are for you, think about the brands that you like and where you like to shop, and just go in and don't worry too much. Just think of a couple of items that can shift you out your comfort zone. But for the purposes of today, we'll take you through some of the lovely items that we found in H&M.
Yes, and it's all about stepping. This is what I'm kind of hearing a lot of, stepping slightly out of our comfort zone.
Yeah. So this is the first one. Blazers have been key for the past couple of seasons, and even if they're not key, even if they're not on trend, they are really, really useful, because this item is $34.99, which I think is a real good price for an actually fully lined blazer, and it is actually lined in cotton, not polyester, which I think is key. So if you do wear it in hotter weather, it's not going to make you sweat too much. It has got a small polyester content, but it's actually mainly linen and cotton, which I think is important. It's again, you could just throw it over any t-shirt that you've already got in your wardrobe and jeans, and it makes a brilliant outfit. And it's also good to dress up. I mean, I like to wear, I've got a couple of blazers, and when I go to a wedding, rather than buying a cover up or something like that, I just wear them around my shoulders. So again, really useful, versatile piece. You can just throw it over and it can cover a multitude of things. So yeah, that's my first tip, is the blazer. Then the second tip is just looking at t-shirts. I'm often asked about basic t-shirt shades. This is one of my favourites. It's a lightweight linen slub from H&M, and it costs $8.99. Now, I'll be honest, it's not going to last you forever because it is linen slub and the fabric's slightly unstable. But it did. I had mine for a good 4 years, and I did wash it on a cool cycle. But it's just really lovely. It's lightweight. You can just wear it with your printed skirts, your shorts. You're not going to be too precious about it. But I think the key here is it's just a slightly different fabric, and which looks contemporary. And this one is a lovely grey colour, which you can see if I put it up slightly closer, which again mixes really nicely with khaki and navy, or pink, or it just creates nice different colour combinations. And again, that's what I think can make the most difference, is don't go for the traditional blacks and navies all the time. Think about combining different colours, because that can really freshen you up. So that's my other tip, just a linen slub t-shirt. And again, here we're just looking at this whole sort of palm prints coming through, and this is a gorgeous one. It's $24.99. But what I like about this shape, it's not only is it a gorgeous print, it is the fact that it is printed means that you're not going to be too worried about the stains on it immediately, and also it's got a slight sleeve on it that makes it easier to wear, and it's actually a nice midi length. So actually, all in all, it's actually one that you're not going to worry about it being too short or it being difficult to wear. It's actually one that you should be able to throw on when it's hot and not worry about, but actually still look really smart.
Lovely. Okay, a couple more
items. Yellow is everywhere at the moment, and this is just beautiful, this yellow dress. I accept it's not for the park or the muddy football field, but if you have a social occasion or something like that, or even for holiday, this is beautiful. It's $49.99, slightly more expensive, but again, I think it's just a real winner of a piece that's going to make you feel absolutely gorgeous.
Lovely. Love yellow.
And then we've actually already spoken about jeans, and so you might want to defer to the vlog if you don't like this style, but there is this whole sort of paper bag style coming through, and the reason I like it is because actually it's quite easy to wear, and if you just mix it in with something like this grey t-shirt, then I think that looks really cool as well. So you probably wouldn't want white, but there are quite a lot of other colours coming through, but white jeans are having a bit of a moment, so could be good for social occasions. And then just one other item that we couldn't
lovely jumpsuit
miss out is this beautiful jumpsuit. Again, this is probably not the one for leaving from your desk at the school run, but actually at $34.99, it's brilliant to have in your wardrobe if you've got any occasions. And again, you can dress it up, dress it down. It looks lovely with things like gold sandals. But also, if you do have an event to go to, you can dress it up. And then just a couple of accessories I wanted to mention. Just, again, these look, I had these on in an earlier vlog, but $17.99. And they're brilliant just to wear with jeans and skirts, and I think sometimes what I call a sort of bit of a snazzy shoe can make a difference to an outfit as well. So yeah, I don't know if you can see those.
Yep. That's brilliant, Sally. That's some really, really great items, and whether it's from H&M or not, there's some really great tips on updating your wardrobe and just feeling fresher and ready to go for spring. So thanks, Sally, and we'll be sharing more videos with you very soon, so keep an eye on our Facebook page and Instagram. See you soon.
Bye. Thank you.